This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best online retailer for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and content.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Greg and this is my Ghoulcaller Gisa Commander deck. Alright guys, so here it is, the Ghoulcaller Gisa Commander deck. So this is a mono black EDH deck that I've thrown together. Some changes here and there, some stuff that I've done. It's got a lot of the stuff in it from the brand new Commander 2014 deck, and then there's also some spicy numbers in here that I included for my local play group, and just to have more fun with the deck, you know, just having fun is what this is all about. So here we go. So of course our Commander Ghoulcaller Gisa, 3 in double black. Tap a black, tap her, sacrifice another creature. Put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. So with a lot of the big finishers in this deck, she can become a finisher in herself. She can make a lot of dudes. There's been times I've had 20 power on board and just swarm the zombies. So there's our commander. We'll set her off to the side for now. So we're running 25 swamps, and then we run 9 utility lands, and there's some Zindi lands in there, and those basics. So we're going to start off the non-basics with Barren Moor. Comes into play tapped. Taps for single black, or you can cycle it for the cost of a swamp. Pretty good. Helps you filter your hands, especially if you get this early and you go like land cycle this off to get better draws. So another cycling land, Polluted Mire, another staple of kind of commander decks in general. More cycling, but this one cycles for 2 mana. Just more hand fixing. Bojuka Bog, arguably one of the best black lands. It's played a lot in Legacy and stuff like that. And I remember playing with this as a kid. I've been playing Magic for right around 13 years, so Bojuka Bog is always good. Crypt of Agadeem makes a lot of mana. It's basically a Nykthos, because you're tapping 2 and tapping it and adding that much black for as many swamps, or as many black creatures you control. So kind of your devotion to black, almost. So, but then there's tapped, or you can just use to add a black, which is not bad, you know. And of course, like I said, Nykthos. Got to have Nykthos in here with all of the devotion I can create to mono black, and I can just sit there and spam anything out. So gotta have that in there. Ghost Quarter. I didn't want to put money into like Strip Mine and all the, you know, Wasteland, if that's even legal. I don't remember off the top of my head, but you know, just one of those anti-good land, you know, land killers. So get that. Reliquary Tower, because this deck surprisingly draws a lot of cards, and my hands get humongous. So I have no maximum hand size, and 1 extra colorless mana doesn't always hurt. An inclusion from the Commander 2014 set, Arcane Lighthouse. I noticed there's a lot of blue players in my group, and a lot of people that have like Hexproof and Shroud guys, so this gets around them. Temple of the False God, Soul Ring on a land. What's more to ask for? Speaking of Soul Ring, run that Soul Ring. Commander staple, gives me 2 mana. Enough said. One Powerstone, another mana rock. Something that I always figured I could use more mana. Mind Stone, another mana rock, and also lets you draw a card if you're tired of having it sit there and you don't need the mana anymore. Another commander staple, Skullclamp. I did not get a deck with the new art. I got the classic art, the Darksteel art that everybody loves. In this deck, it can really turn out to be a card draw engine, and it just draws you cards for every day, all day, just keeps going. Mimic Vat, when something dies, that's a non-token creature, I can just imprint it and make copies of it, and it's really good. It helps me go off. Lashwrithe, with as many swamps as I run, as much as I usually have in a game, this card makes guys huge, and it's just ridiculous. Or if I just drop it and I use the germ. The germ is awesome. And something that's really cool to do is have another creature on board and go Lashwrithe unequip from the germ to something else. The germ dies, trigger Morbid, and use one of my Morbid spells. And then another inclusion from the Commander 2014 deck, Nixilis the Black Oath. He was going to be my commander, but I figured Gisa was better because I use more of a zombie theme in the deck. I mean, he's a powerhouse. I mean, each player loses 1 life, and I gain life equal to that number, so I could potentially gain 3 or 4 life, which could really help. And then his -2 put a 5/5 demon onto the battlefield with flying, and I lose 2 life, which paying 2 life for a 5/5, I'm fine with that. And then the emblem is just ridiculous. I love the emblem. I can just sit there. It's pretty much Disciple of Bolas over and over again, so there you go. Now we're getting into tutors. I don't run any of the like vampiric or demonic. I run all the cheap tutors. So we're playing the foil Diabolic Tutor from M12. I've had this thing forever. So Diabolic Revelation, go tutor for multiple cards. I usually what I do with this is I'll wait till late game and go tap Nykthos, tutor for 5, and get like a couple of lands and some other stuff. And then tutor on a stick, Rune-Scarred Demon. I love Rune-Scarred Demon, especially when I can just imprint him onto a Mimic Vat and just keep tutoring everything. There's been multiple games where I've tutored up for just about my entire deck, all my good stuff. And with this guy imprinted on a Mimic Bat. Some hand control here with Sadistic Sacrament. Not very often do I use the kicker. It's more of the, I'm controlling what they have in their deck. I'm controlling their win cons. I'm getting rid of their combo pieces, stuff like that. Exsanguinate. Life gain for me. Just drain them. Brain Maggot, hand control. Not the greatest hand control, but it does control their hand a little bit. And a lot of times I have ways to make this big, so it makes it hard to kill. If they exile it, then it's usually pretty bad, but I don't know. I thought Brain Maggot was nice. Despise, the poor man's Thoughtseize. I play Despise in here. I don't play Thoughtseize at all. Usually I want to hit a creature or a planeswalker, so this is a perfect card for me. Smallpox, classic card. Each player loses a life, discards a card, and sacrifices a creature, and sacks a land. So, great thing is this triggers Morbid. This triggers, a lot of stuff in here, so I really like it. Praetor's Grasp, another, library search card that I like to play and get rid of their options. Everybody's favorite black guy, Gary. Gotta love Gary. Devotion in this deck, of course, gets humongous, it being mono black, and this can just cause major tempo swings. So it's always really fun. Flesh Carver, another card out of Commander 2014 that I figured I'd give a shot. Making horror tokens seems fine. This guy's just really fun. He seems really fun. So, Endless Ranks of the Dead, with all the zombie creation I can do in here, this is just an auto include. So I just keep pumping out zombies. Early mana fixing, early ramp with this. I mean, what else can I say about Cabal Ritual? Late game, it's really fun too, because if I get Threshold, then it's really fun to mess with. Bitter Ordeal, just another deck manipulation card, which I really like. Corrupt, since I play a lot of swamps, I'm gonna play this to gain life and just drain somebody. Some Reanimator stuff in here as well. Exhume, of course. Another kind of devotion card, if you will. The just make tons of mana. That's what it's in here for. More zombie creation with Liliana's Reaver. You know, just, oh, I'm gonna make this guy, you know, make this guy get in and make more zombies. More reanimation. A classic black card, and it helps create more devotion for the deck. Necro. The only problem is I don't have any enchantment removal, so this is usually how I end up dying, is because of Necro. I Necro lock myself. More drain. Just sit there and just drain them with Blood Artist. Card draw with Sign in Blood. More card draw with Disciple. More reanimate. Discard. So if I kill this, everybody discards hands. Pump, because this is pretty good, and only that, giving something Death Touch is pretty decent. Scrying and card draw, I mean, it's Read the Bones. Scry, and it turns on Morbid. Reanimation, because Makeshift Mannequin is really fun. More reanimation, setting stuff back on top of my deck. You know, just really manipulating my draws with it. Dark Ritual, more mana ramp in the early game. Making dudes, making big demon dudes, and who doesn't like making demons in a mono black deck? Board wipe, or I could cycle it and just neg-2 everything. Another board wipe, really good board wipe actually. Removal. More removal. Blacks and Zenith, of course, a major removal card in black. A new card that I think is going to see a lot of legacy play, Malicious Affliction. So it's double black, destroy target non-black creature, but if something died this turn, you get a second copy of this card and choose a new target for it. I feel like this card is going to see a lot of play. I really like it. It's one of those cards that really stood out to me in the spoilers. So, I mean, there it is. Victimize, more reanimation. Profane Command, just a very good utility card. I mean, either a player loses life or, you know, bring back a creature or give something -X/-X. Like, that's just amazing. Neg 1s, this is mainly in there for tribal decks like goblins and elves and merfolk. I have a kind of a hate for tribal in Commander just because the strategies get out of hand, so I put this in there. Dismember, another good removal card. Planeswalker removal, because Planeswalkers are going to be huge here soon. Planeswalkers are ridiculous already in Commander anyway, especially like Jace the Mind Sculptor and stuff like that, so this is how I deal with them. Another way I deal with things are board wipes, you know, I mean, Ingrooth's Wake, awesome card, enough said. Murder, destroy creature. Tragic Slip, another morbid card that I really like playing. Go for the Throat, kill non-artifact things, so this gets black creatures. I could go for the Throat my own guy, turn on Morbid, and kill something else with a Tragic Slip or something. We're getting into the kill conditions now. Fallen Angel is a kill condition. I like sacking things off and making her huge and then just beating in. Bloodgift Demon, just card draw and a kill condition. Flying Trample, Lord of the Pit, one of those big bombs. Grave Titan, enough said, big bomb. Army of the Damned, make a ton of zombies and overrun your opponent. Drana, Celestial Bloodchief, make her huge and beat in for lethal. Myojin, he's nasty. His abilities are ridiculous. The divinity counter thing, and it's just crazy. Pestilence Demon, he deals 1 damage to each creature and each player, so you could technically use him as a board wipe because it doesn't tap him. And so you could just sit there and spam that, and then you could swing in for game or whatever. The former commander of the deck, actually, right here, Nixilis Unshackled. He just gets big. He's a big threat. Another win condition is just take all the things and beat in with them. And then Overseer of the Damned, just another kill. Another way to kill things. Another way to get zombies. Just kind of an enabler. So, there it is, guys. There is my Ghoulcaller Gisa commander deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching CMDR decks. Please subscribe and favorite.